Okay, this is going to be a haul video. What I got for $25. I have a very limited grocery budget this week and I'm out of a few essentials. So I made a quick grocery run. So this is what I got. Convenience foods. This is a topic that divides a lot of people who are on a budget. They don't have a ton of nutritional value. Often, for what you pay for, you're not really getting a ton of food. That being said, if you're in a hurry and you're struggling or you're on a budget, or even these things are really valuable, I find, if you're sick or just not feeling well or, even hungover. This guy was $3, so, for a whole pizza, if I feel like ordering pizza or if I can't even afford pizza, it's just nice that I can pop something in and just have something hot and make me feel good for a little bit. So that's $3. And this is kind of the same, along the same lines where I'm trying not to eat a ton of meat. These aren't great for you, but again, you've got a real hankering, you're not feeling well, you want something that's not, beans and rice, stuff that's super cheap. These were $5, so always check what's on sale. And they'll, keep in the freezer for a really long time. So I can probably get, if I make my own fries, I can probably get 3 or 4 meals out of these. So for $5, that's a no-brainer. We'll move this off this side for now. All right, next. Mushrooms. I always have mushrooms in the house. They're super tasty. I love the texture. They give a really nice umami flavor. They're always cheap, but this was $1.39. I put them in soup, stir fries, pastas. If you're a vegetarian, they're a really nice meat substitute. Not necessarily for protein, but just for texture. They have a really nice meat texture, so that's $1.39. I always grab coleslaw. I find mixed greens go bad really fast and can be really expensive. In Canada, they cost about $5 or $6. Whereas coleslaw is made from cabbage and they're a lot heartier. They can last a lot longer. Again, you can amp up salads. You can amp up pasta. I put them in everything. I use them on sandwiches. They're just a good all-around, it's kind of roughage, veggie. Nutritional value is not through the roof, but it's just something nice so you can feel like you've eaten a vegetable that day. These were $2. So I am a huge coffee drinker, but in the afternoon when I don't want a ton of caffeine, I'll usually have a cup of tea. Tea is always cheap, but this was above and beyond. So this is just general Pico tea bags. I'm not picky. When it comes to tea, I just add milk and sugar, so I really don't care. These are 100 bags. This was $2.99. That's 3 cents. What are you spending on Starbucks or, buying a tea? Even if a tea is $1, 3 cents and some hot water and you're in Flavor Town. What else? Oh, these are my favorite. Bear with me. So this is something I always have. Tuna. So it's usually pretty cheap regardless. It can fluctuate depending on the week. It can go a little higher. But chunk light tuna, that's my go-to in water. It's just the nice one. The grocery store had these for $5. So, $1.25 a piece. I'll usually make up 2 of these and some mayo and some pepper and, green onions if I have them around, or celery. And, tuna fish sandwich, if you're in a pinch, it's cheap. It's filling. You put some, chips or something on the side, and you've got a great lunch. And, yeah, you can, not just sandwiches, I make pasta salad, which is nice hot or cold. It's just a nice protein to always have around. And again, it's shelf stable. It's in a can. This will last, a year or more. And life is pretty good when you've got a bunch of those. And cheese can be expensive, but, it's one of those things that it can really add flavor to a meal. I like marble. I don't know what it is. I don't even know if I could pick marble out of a lineup for flavor, but it's just my go-to. This was $3, so that was a great deal, and, this will last me probably a month or so, just putting cheese on stuff, and, who doesn't love cheese? And finally, one thing to take advantage of is, I don't know if your supermarket has it, ours have it all the time. This is Enjoy Tonight. This is stuff that is a few days from going off. So what I'll either do is freeze it, or I will cook it and then just eat it over my next few meals. One thing you need to learn when you start, planning on a budget is you can't always eat what you want. You sometimes have to eat with sales, and that's kind of what I've always done growing up poor. You kind of just made whatever you could. So 50% off of $5.68. That's what, $2.80 ballpark, and there's 5 sausages. The heroes with this stuff, I find I love I'll cook these off, roast them, get them cooked. They can be used in pasta. These guys are your new homies if you're on a broke. So rice, this thing of rice was maybe $2. It's gonna, make that much actual rice. And then kidney beans. Beans, rice, sausage, that's a to-go lunch. You can meal prep that. It'll be based on these costs, maybe $1, $2 a portion. So just something to kind of keep in mind. And, these are not necessarily the best for you foods. They're not necessarily the absolute cheapest, but for $25, these were stuff I already owned. You can get some pretty decent meals, and this could last me almost a week if I'm smart about it. So good luck with the struggle, and take care of yourselves, and hope you get some good tips out of this video.